reaching for the sky. Axial trucks in the dust and the sun. Like and subscribe if you're here for the fun. Coal crawlers, watch them all ride side by side. You and I, RC trucks, every turn, every jump. Hit that bell, feel the rush, feel the thump. Slow roll over rock, heartbeats with every shock. Friends yell, say the clap, laughing when the whole rig flips. Night falls, but we still stay. Headlamps glowing on the clay. One more trail, then one more run. Chasing sparks, chasing fun. Coal crawlers crawling up high. Tiny tires reaching for the sky. Axial trucks in the dust and the sun. Like and subscribe if you're here for the fun. Yeah. Coal crawlers, watch them all ride side by side. You and I, RC trucks, every turn, every jump. Hit that bell, feel the rush, feel the thump. From the bench to the ridge, from the yard to the bridge, every click, every view puts us right back here with you. Coal crawlers crawling up high, tiny tires reaching for the sky. Axial trucks in the dust and the sun. Like and subscribe if you're here for the fun. Coal crawlers, watch them all.
All right, everybody, how's it going? Been a while since I've thrown a video out, but I've been doing a lot of design, a lot of paint, a lot of 3D printing, a lot of trial and error, a lot of building. So anyway, we got a lot to cover in this video. First and foremost, I would love to give a shout out to James Dirt RC. The guy is a stallion. He got sponsored by Hobby King. Good for you, James. And he did a bunch of cool battery reviews. He is running a ton of different batteries on a ton of different vehicles, which is really cool. He's got one on an SCX24, of course, his WPL. Then he's even got a road rally car. I believe it's a Tamiya. Anyway, so he also created me like 10 songs for my channel. James Dirt RC, what a stud. So thanks again, bud. Today, I'm going to go over some of the stuff that I have been working on. So first off, I've been 3D printing a bunch of little accessories, scaled down a different style of cooler. This was my original cooler, and they weren't bad. They're a good little cooler. They're lightweight and everything, and that's what it's all about, trying to keep your top weight down. But yeah, these ones are actually the Igloo type copy, and they open up. It's just hard to do with one hand. They seal really good. Dump in some silica beads and some super glue, and you've got instant ice. You can drop in little drinks that you can make out of a ton of different things. Little welders. I was a welder for years. This is an ESAB, a Miller, and a Lincoln style. So anyway, now onto the main, let's get you out of the way here. Onto the main meat and potatoes of this video. So right here I have my Betty. Not sure, I can't remember if I did a video on the build of this thing or not, but I created this thing pretty much exactly how a Betty was made. I mean, I used the deadbolt Betty links, deadbolt Betty drivelines, deadbolt Betty everything, even the Rock Lizards tires that come on it stock and the rims. I painted the green ring because for some reason they came black. Anyway, the whole point of this video though is not about the Betty. It's about the chassis. So me and Girls Can RC too, we've done a couple of comps and we've done a few videos on it. We're no comp champs, but guess what? We have a hell of a fun time doing it, and that's what it's all about. But whenever you're running the Division 1, Division 2 of the comp, the problem is that you only get, I guess that was better with the light on. The problem is that you only get a couple of places to mount your shocks whenever you keep everything stock on a stock chassis. Here's your stock mounts. They like to have your shocks mounted as vertical as possible for Division 1, Class 1, whatever you want to call it. So the way around that is that you could raise your shock higher to give yourself that lower center of gravity, and also you get a little bit more articulation out of it. This is what I started to do. I started to design a few things that are comp legal. Like I designed the, whenever I say design, I take some designs that are already existing and I tweak them because I always want to make everything my own. If I have an idea, I will add on to it. So I didn't design this, but what I did was I changed it and made it my own. But it gives you the same stock mounting, okay? So the stock chassis is a metal rail, okay, and you have all your hold positions. They do not come with the sliders. That's an add-on. But to keep within your class rules, you have to keep a Class 1 chassis, which is pretty close. They say stock or similar or equivalent, I guess. So that's where I come in on this video today. I designed a stock chassis that gives you the flat skid right here. So it's not angled, even though it's beefed up. It looks a little angled, but it's not. It's a flat skid for a stock skid, okay? You have all the same hole mounts that a stock chassis gives you, okay? But look at all the different shock mount options, okay? Now you have a ton of different shock mount options that keep you fairly vertical, because I moved these to where they would line up with your stock positions, and they allow you a little tiny bit of tilt, but not a lot. So this would be the stock Class 1 and 2 chassis. So I've been designing a whole bunch of, that's pretty much version 8, okay? So what it would come with is a tall body mount, and a short one with the magnets, okay? And so you'll have that, and then you also would get the option for a rear hinge, pretty much exactly how that one is, okay? And so let's get this guy out of here. I'll show you. So this is probably version 6 out of 8. So with my version 6, you can see that my shocks are just a little bit canted, nothing crazy. Like some of my other rigs, they're mounted pretty much right there, so you have that big of an angle. But the rear, they're pretty much straight up and down. You've got a little bit of a tilt, but everything fits way low profile. If you see that other one on the Betty, my body mount was actually, probably 5 centimeters above right here. So this right here will put your body at a lower spot. So this chassis will come with the front battery mount, and see I took the wings off, lowering it down just that much more, and I took away the body posts, which we didn't need anymore since we have the magnet. I will include a center brace / ESC battery, whatever you want, mount, okay, and the side sliders. The side sliders is what cost me a ton on that last comp that we did. So whenever I took that one side hill, I'm sure if you guys watched my video, you're like, oh my gosh, that looks terrible. It was a really bad side hill where you had to come pretty much through a gate sideways, and it was ridiculous. I'm not even sure the angle, but you would roll. Just about any rig would just roll down that. My body did not have side options for a winch, only in the front. And so even if I was to winch in the front, as I slid through the gate, I would hit the gate anyway. So I should have been more prepared. But yeah, with these, you get battery, transmitter, whatever you want, ESC. You can mount all those there, but then you also have your side rails, okay? So I opt with the hinge in the rear. I know some of you guys like the magnet, but I like to be able to hinge my body open. Strong magnet closure, but it is what it is. So Anyway, that is pretty much it. My kit will include front, tall, short, which can be used for front and rear if you want to do magnet mounts. Tons of positions to choose from. This one, like I said, I cut the front end off on my slicer program just because the body that I'm using for this one, it has a bumper integrated into the body. So I didn't need to do a chassis mount bumper. But that is kind of a requirement on some of the classes, is to have a chassis mount bumper. And so with the one that I will sell, you can cut this off if you want, if you choose to not have the front. But see, with this one, I added some gussets to beef it up. I beefed it up here in this area a little bit more. Everything still clears, motor, transmission. And yeah, these are super beefy. I mean, really, really beefy. They still weigh less than the metal chassis that comes on the stock ones, but it has all the same stock hole positions. And these are 100% printed. There's no infill. So you're not gonna like, you know, have it bend, break, whatever. But with anything plastic, PLA, any of that type of stuff, oh yeah, and they are PLA plus. I was gonna go with a PET G, but they are more heat resistant, but at the same time, they're a little bit more brittle. I've seen a lot of videos where they crack and bust, and it would suck to bust your chassis mount off, but these have just the right amount of flex and strength. And they're heat resistant. You just don't want to leave it in your car all day long on a hot summer day, you know, because you may end up getting some kind of warpage. But I think that these are okay, because where you have all of your mounts pretty much are helping to brace and keep it in shape. But as far as like going outside and just playing around all day long, you're in no worry about warping and bending and all that good stuff. So in my kit, I will not include the skid. And the reason being, I like brass skids, or even stock skids. I mean, they're not bad. But some people, you know, they go all out. That skid is their kind of their bread and butter, their build. So why include a skid that's not going to get used, going to get tossed? And they're cheap enough that if you're doing a ground up build like this, then, you know, just get yourself a skid, whatever you want. Brass, aluminum, stock plastic, whatever. You're only out a couple of dollars. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to be putting the chassis, the comp chassis, the welders, the little coolers, a bunch of my little accessories that I print. I'm going to be putting them on my eBay store, and so you guys can go and check it out. Right now I've got some J Concepts Rupture tires, brand new. They've never been opened. I ordered 2 sets, and a buddy didn't want them, so I'm just going to put them back on eBay. Just trying to get my money back out of them. So anyway, if you see them, but they are a 1.9 rim for the 110 scale. Anywho, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate everything. And if you're interested in a chassis, let me know. And I can print them in any color, really. I mean, I have all kinds of colors. So you're not just, the gray is just what I had whenever I printed mine. I don't really care. Most of my stuff I paint anyway. But if you want black, I have black. If you want gray, I have gray. If you want pretty much any color, I have, you know, I have like the OD green. Let's see. Yeah, any color. Anyway, so hit me up. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it. If you already haven't done it, give us a like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and get out there. Let's do some crawling.